times. And so I think every time I watch that video, I don't know how his nose didn't shatter. I was so excited when my balloon came by. As soon as he came in, it was...
It's Lenny from Of Mice and Men.
Really Misha. Why did he fall? Yeah, so that was a pretty good one.
Telling us how you put like your hips into it.
It was instinct.
Oh, he put his hips into it.
It was like her hand. It just, everything went. I don't know, I can react that fast.
One of my favorites, and I'm sure you guys have heard this one if you haven't though, but Jared and Misha made a little bet on a game. And Misha lost, and he lost big. What was it, $2,000 or something? But it wasn't, I mean, the stakes were probably going to be like,
it was
maybe $100, right?
Yeah,
but because of the nature of the
game, Words with Friends, and we were like, all right, $10 a point. We're both smart guys.
And you guys have played before, and probably been, a few points off from each other. It's been a pretty even match. He just somehow wiped the board with me, like so much so that it accumulated to about $2,000.
$2,200.
And he was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't pay him." Obviously, this was a fluke. But Misha, being a man of his word.
After many, many months, by the way.
Yes.
It was so awkward because he showed up and said, I was like, he's still angry at me. I told him he didn't have to pay. He would just walk past, like grumbling, being like, I'll pay you. I'll get your money. I think like months passed, it was like children were born, seasons,
So, nice segue. Speaking of change. So, was that Misha was taking his time because he was accumulating the money required to pay off his debt in coins. And once he reached,
banks in Vancouver.
yeah, he drove around and got as many, and he tried to get pennies, but they've
he got a lot of pennies.
yeah, they phased pennies out, so it's nickel is now the smallest denominator. But
I think he was like getting investigated by the government. Like, trying to get all of the pennies in existence.
so he finally got all the money, and he decided to go and pour it into Jared's trailer one afternoon.
180 pounds worth of coins. There's 3 jugs, like buckets,
Like 5-gallon buckets. And Jared opened the door, and there was a sea of coinage.
And my dog behind it, who was scared of it because she didn't understand why her dogs were doing this. She was kind of growling
Making
on the
noise.
side.
And Jared very quickly came up with a plan for the coins. And by the end of the day, all $2,200 worth of coinage was then transferred into Misha's farm.
With a note saying, I'd like to make a $2,200 donation
To Red Events.